Right, well I've just come to start up the Alfa, having had it on charge for a little while, and as you might be able to see here, the C-Tech charger is showing a red light, which it's never done before on any car I've had. Well, a bit of a scary start this morning. Not only did the battery conditioner, the C-Tech charger, come up with a red light, which it's never done before on any of the cars I've ever had. I don't know what that red light means. I'm going to have to look that up. I think it's the cold weather. It's very, very cold outside. It's something like just 1 degree above, but I've never seen that. And once again, we've had the check transmission light come on. That's the first time it's come on in 3 months that I've been driving it. The car's been absolutely fine, so I think it's the cold weather. Once I fired up the car, let it run for about 30 seconds, the error disappeared. So I think it's just the fact that the car's cold. These Italian cars are really not used to the cold weather. So we're going to take it out anyway, give it a run. Very important to keep these cars running, and this is exactly why. So let's take her out and give her a run. This is the first time I've done an update on this car for quite a while now, purely because I haven't really been doing anything with it. It's very cold outside, and all I've done is just once a week taking it on a short journey. Now, the last video I did with this car was about the niggles that I have with it, and I was quite surprised at some of the reactions I got. Some people even saying, you know, I don't deserve to have an Italian car. What do I expect? It's an Alfa Romeo. All kinds of responses. And I just wanted to point out that when I say something niggles me, a niggle to me is a minor annoyance. It doesn't mean I'm going to sell the car. It doesn't mean I hate the car. It's purely a little annoyance that I have found with this vehicle. So no, I'm not out of love with it. No, I haven't fallen out with it, and yes, I am still enjoying owning this car. But I thought it would be only fair to tell you about the bad things as well as the good things, and then that way you get a full picture of what it's like to own this kind of vehicle. So, having talked about niggles, here's another one. I've just noticed that the tyre warning light has come on. Again, first time this thing has come on since I had the car. It's saying that the passenger side front tyre is low. But I did check the car before we set off, and the tyres all look fine to me. So I'm going to pull over and we're going to have a look and see if that tyre is okay. Now, the tyre pressure indicator on the dash is saying that the front tyre pressure is low, but looking at that tyre, it looks absolutely fine to me. I can't see any reason why it would say that that tyre pressure is low. And the little green tyre pressure indicators that I use are still saying it's absolutely fine as well. So, I don't know why it's saying that the tyre pressure is low. But there you are. It doesn't seem low to me. We'll check it when we get back, but it seems fine. So let's get back in. It certainly looks okay, so I'm going to ignore it basically, and we are going to take the car for a run anyway, but at least I've pulled over and checked it. So again, I think it's the cold weather. These Italian cars clearly do not like cold weather, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with that tyre. So, but it certainly seems good enough just to take it on a short 5-mile run and keep the car running. So, as soon as we get the car back, I'm going to pull over. Oh, pheasant just running in front of me there. As soon as we get the car back, I'm going to pull over and we're going to have a look and see whether that front passenger side tyre really is as bad as the system says, and hopefully nothing else will go wrong. Another little indicator has come up on the dashboard, which I don't think many people who own these cars very often see at all. This is not a fault, it's actually an indicator that comes up warning me that the temperature of the air and the road is very, very low and that it's subject to icy conditions. Now that's another little feature that I didn't have on the Lotus, which I do have on this. What a beautiful day. We're going to give it a bit of a push. Look at that. This is fantastic. Niggles or no niggles, I love this car. It's absolutely thrilling to drive. It's fantastic. It's got that perfect balance of power and fun. It's very, very good. I am enjoying this more than the Lotus. I've got to be honest here, guys. It's so quick. When you accelerate, it really does go. Whoa! Even though I'm in all weather mode, this thing just absolutely takes off when you put your foot down. It's supposed to be a dampened throttle, but I'm not 100% sure that it's that dampened. It really does go when you put your foot down. I just wanted to say, whilst we're driving along, a big thank you to the many people who have sent me lots of tips and tricks in owning this car. I've had a few recommendations for places I can go to have the power upgraded, to have the engine remapped, exhausts, things like that. Somebody did say to me that there is a certain upgrade that can be done, or series of upgrades, that makes this little Alfa even faster, or at least as fast as my Lotus Exige V6S. Now, I'm not sure whether I would want this car to go any faster than it already does. And there's a good reason for that. This car is quite jittery on the road. When you're driving it, the steering wheel really does tend to want to snatch out of your hand. The slightest little undulation in the road, little dips in the road, and it just reacts. It just seems to just react so quickly to these little dips, so you really have to be on it. Now, the Lotus was not like that. It was the handling in terms of the steering was a lot smoother. I think if I put any more power on this car, it would become outright dangerous, I think. I did take it on a bit of a run in race mode about 2 weeks ago, and I was going round a corner and the car just started to lose control. It was really quite frightening. So at the moment I'm definitely keeping it in all weather mode. So this is the side that the tyre pressure system says is low, and plugging it in, this one is 23.5 psi. Okay, if we look at the tyre pressure advice on the side of the door here, they are quite low. So I'm going to put some pressure back in and get them back up. So it was quite right to warn me that the tyre pressures have dropped. Well, this is getting really annoying because I've now been checked all of the tyre pressures on this car and they are all correct, all according to the handbook. I've checked all the way around, and yet, although it's now saying that the one at the front is now fine, because it is, I've checked it and I've pumped it up. The tyres are correct according to my tyre pressure gauge and the handbook. It's still saying that the rear rear driver's side is low. I've checked all the 4 tyres on the car. I've checked they're at the correct tyre pressures, which they are. All 4 tyres are correct, yet the dashboard is still telling me now that the rear driver's side tyre pressure is low, when it's definitely not, because it's at exactly the same tyre pressure as the passenger side, and it's not saying that that one's low. Well, I hope you found this little update less frustrating than I have. I will keep you up to date on any little developments with the car, but for now we've run out of time. I'm going to put the car back in the garage, and yeah, we may have to have a call to Alfa Romeo to see if they can find out why this tyre pressure sensor is indicating incorrectly that the tyre pressure is low. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.